For all episodes and more information, please visit us at marriedmillions.com.
Hi, I'm LisaLeleu, and I'm with LisaLeleuStudios.
I'm Frederic Leleu, and I'm also working with LisaLeleuStudios since 1986.
Let's see, if you can please give a brief description. Now, is it just the LisaLeleuStudios that you work together, or is it both that one and the other design company?
Well, actually, we started out with a company called Full Moon Creations, and that was
right. I saw that.
Design services. And this year, we combined both companies into one corporation to simplify our paperwork.
Cool. And what do the studios? Well, I guess the studio now. What does it mainly do? And I guess as short a description as possible.
Okay, there's two divisions. There's the Creative Services division, and with these services, we provide creative services in product development and packaging. We help companies with coming up with new product ideas or expanding on a product line, and then all the way to the finished packaging in for the retail store. And the other division is our own manufacturing company. We design children's products, toys, and children's books, educational products. We manufacture them in China, and we sell them in the U.S. and some other countries such as Puerto Rico. I think it's Puerto Rico, Australia,
UK, and possibly
Canada.
Other ones.
We're talking to Turkey right now.
And Mexico.
Oh, okay, great. Let's see. So our next question is, how did you meet each other? And if I can have Frederic answer first.
Okay.
Well, first of all we met in Europe, in France. Lisa was working for a graphic design studio, so I was as well. We met at the advertising gala on the top floor of the Eiffel Tower, where I always wanted to meet my new future boss, and I top CEOs of big advertising agency, and I guess I did find Lisa through a friend of a friend, and that's how we met.
Okay, and Lisa, if you can please tell me how you met.
Sure. I was working for a top design firm, packaging design firm in France, just outside of Paris. And a friend of mine one day reached across my desk and handed me this invitation and said, "Lisa, do you want to go to this cocktail party? It's in the Eiffel Tower." And I said, "For sure." And it was this advertising agency award night, and I lived close by and tried to find a friend to go with me and could not find anyone to go, so I walked there by myself. And when I got to the first floor of the Eiffel Tower, I went to see watch the TV commercials, and it was quite boring. I must have walked in on the pharmaceutical part, and then so I went over to the cocktail area and got a glass of champagne. And I looked across the room and I saw this guy that I had met at a dinner party, and I stood there and I remember thinking to myself, I hope he recognizes me because I'm so bored. And he did. He came over and he said hello, and then he said, "Would you like to meet my friends?" And I could see a group of very handsome men where he was, and so I said sure. And then he brought me over and he introduced me to his friends, and when he introduced me to Frederic, I couldn't get the smile off my face. I turned around and I tried to pull it down, but it just kept going back up. So we had a very good evening. We went out with all these friends and had a good time, and that's how I met him.
That's so cool. Let's see. So when did you decide to actually work together?
It actually kind of happened right away because Frederic was actually a designer and so was I, and he had some freelance projects, and I would help him out on those projects together. So it kind of happened in a small way and right in the beginning.
Yeah, and Lisa had a nice portfolio already, and working with the other agency, I said, that would be something interesting. So we started in Paris in a small studios, really, the first arrondissement of Paris, and we got 2 small clients, and we thought that maybe we could start working and create a company.
And how long ago was that, by the way?
That was probably, was it 86?
Yeah, 1986.
Yeah.
Just as an aside, you guys don't sound anywhere near whatever age that would have to be.
I'm still 27, by the way.
You wish.
Okay. So now that you're in business together, what role do you each play, and how do you make it work?
Who wants to start, me or Frederic?
That's a very tough question. Well, why don't you start, Lisa, on this one?
Okay. The roles have changed over the years. In the very beginning, Frederic and I were both designing together. We actually started before the computer, and thank God for the computer. Frederic, actually, when the computer came around, which was only like a few years after we started being in business together, Frederic became the computer guru. He did everything design-wise on the computer. I am more the creative director, and Frederic is an art director, creative director as well. We play both roles the same there, but he does more of the finishing of the work. That was in the beginning. And then as our company grew, Frederic took on different responsibilities. We both work as account executives, where we work directly with the customer and with design directions and changes. Basically, since we started our second company, Frederic has been more involved in the sales and marketing of our own products, as well as the sales and marketing of our design services. So I've always remained the creative director, and I oversee all the artwork, the concept development, and the finishing of all the work. But Frederic does play. It's we're always multitasking. Everybody kind of shares different roles. But the good thing about it is that Frederic and I have seemed to just keep separate roles, that we're not really working together all day long every day, which is good for a husband and wife. I don't recommend that a husband and wife stay in the same office room all day long. I think you drive each other crazy.
Well, just to give you a concept right now, we actually on 2 different telephones and 2 different locations. And when we do want to flag each other and grab your attention to have a quick answer, we sometimes use the email instead of...